You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast, and this is show number 209 for Sunday the 13th of May 2018. And this show is dedicated to all of you mums out there, wishing you a very happy Mother's Day with lots of love from Michelle and Jayne.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my good friend Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle. How are we?
I am jolly good, thank you.
Can I just say happy birthday?
21 again.
Again?
21 again. Yeah, I think it's 21 doubled and a little bit of VAT.
I like that one.
You know, just for value's sake.
Extra added value.
Yeah. It's been a lovely weekend. Doing
Good.
a little bit of glass tomfoolery, and I'll talk about more of that in another week's show. But yeah, it's been lovely. Out today, had some nice yummy snackage with the kids, and yeah, lovely. I enjoy
Good.
birthdays now.
Now? Why now? Why not before?
Well, I never enjoyed them when I was growing up because I only can ever recall having one birthday party. No, sorry, I'm lying, two. One of my birthday parties, I was allowed to invite two friends round for a Chinese takeaway, when Chinese takeaway was seen as unbelievably exotic.
I'm going to say, that's pushing the boat out there, Michelle.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
another one, I had a birthday where I could invite three friends round for a selection of sandwiches and a cake from what used to be Thurston's, which is now Greg's.
It's funny the memories we have. I remember parties in my younger days, and we always used to wear long dresses for parties. I don't know why. We are talking the 1970s, so yeah, I probably shouldn't say that.
Shall we move on from this topic
Yeah,
before we
quickly.
get really depressed?
Quickly, yeah.
Well, before we get on with the show, let's find out what's happening on this day in Disney history.
Hello people, welcome back to this day in Disney history. Greetings. On this day, on the 13th of May 1992, Fantasmic made its debut on the Rivers of America in Disneyland. This show has a little bit of something for everyone, from fireworks, live actors, water effects, music, boats, rafts, music again, and mist projections. Moving on to the 14th, and George Lucas was born in Modesto, California. From Star Wars to Indiana Jones, Lucas had impacted on the lives of us all through his film creations. Also, on this day in 2016, Disney stopped selling its Disney dollars, so if you still have them, hang on to them, as I am sure their value will increase. On the 15th of May 1928, the first silent short to feature Minnie and Mickey had a sneak preview in Los Angeles. The name? Plain Crazy. It was directed by Walt Disney and Ub Iwerks. Its official release date was not until March 1929, when its sound was added, and this was 4 months after the release of Steamboat Willie. On this day, the hard to get an ADR for, the California Grill opened on the 15th floor of the Contemporary Hotel in Walt Disney World. Hopping on to the 16th of May, and the trademark of Mickey Mouse was applied in 1928. And sadly, the creative genius behind the Muppets, Jim Henson, died at the age of 53. However, his legacy continues, and on this day in 1991, Muppet Vision 3D opened at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and fans still pack out the 500-seat theater to this very day. On the 18th of May, Dorothy Holton Raymond was born in Los Angeles. Her work made her a Disney legend and still can be appreciated in the films of Alfred Hitchcock in Disney theme parks today. And also, even though we mentioned it last episode, it is Michelle Young's birthday. Happy birthday. And I think she's completely forgotten about the Snow White reference, so Isn't that good? Isn't that good? Isn't that marvellous? Ow, I actually hurt myself. I actually really kind of hurt my toe. I kind of banged it against, like... Bye.
And while we're having a little pause from Jayne and I's chat, we can remind you how you can get in touch with the Disney Dream Girls. Our email is info@disneydreamgirls.com. Our Twitter is @DisDreamGirls. Our Instagram, Disney_dream_girls. And of course we have our Facebook page, and we've been doing quite a fair few sort of giveaways and competitions and general lots of Disney chat. So why don't you just search for us on that there Facebook by looking for Disney Dream Girls.
Where dreams begin.
So Jayne, we have some questions.
Oh, right. Okay. Far away.
This is going to tax you a little bit.
No, you didn't tell me that bit. You just said questions.
Yeah, I'm going to... What does Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World have that Disneyland Paris does not?
Are we talking in general, or are we talking very specific?
Well, it will be very specific, but I'm just wondering what immediately springs to your mind.
First thing that springs to my mind is actually customer service.
Oh, it's not about that.
What do you mean it's not about that?
The question's not about that.
Well, yeah, but you said it could be anything.
Yeah, there is a right answer, love.
Well, that's not helping any. God, is this like a riddle now? That's not fair. So what has Disneyland and Disney World got that Disneyland Paris hasn't? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I've stumped her. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. Think photography.
Photo pass.
Well, technically, Disneyland Paris does have a kind of photo pass. It's not as well established as Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort, but both of those two places have the magic shot.
Oh, okay.
And we all know a magic shot is something that is done to a picture taken by a photo pass photographer to enhance it. So it could be the addition of Tinkerbell or Stitch or something.
Balloons or something,
Yeah, they're all classic ones. And they're great to go up to the photographer and say, oh, what magic shots have you got? Because it's fun.
Yeah, then pull funny poses and everyone looks at you going, what on earth are you doing? Yeah.
Because you're holding a mythical bunch of balloons.
Yeah, I'll get your teenage son to join in and he has a grumpy face when the photo comes back. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Well, they've announced that when Phantom Manor in Disneyland Paris reopens in September,
right,
you'll be able to get the very first magic shot done there.
Oh, okay.
Now, one, it'll be really good to have the actual photo pass photographers more visible in the parks. But also, with it being Phantom Manor, it's going to be some ghostly goings on.
Well, you would expect so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, from what I've read, they're going to sort of have addition of ghostly sort of apparitions in the background.
Right, so I wonder if this is must be outside Phantom Manor then, surely.
Yes.
It must be.
Yeah, it's not going to be an on-ride thing or anything like that.
The nice thing that I do like about Phantom Manor at Paris is the fact that you've got that extensive walkway, queue area up to the manor itself. And of course, if you go at the back, you've got that brilliant graveyard all set out. So there's quite a lot of space, actually, for photographers to choose to be at, isn't there?
There is. There's quite a few posing situations that they could actually go with. So I think that's going to be really good. And it'd be nice to see other ones introduced in different parts of the park to build up the use of PhotoPass.
Yes, I mean, obviously you would think, well, because it's got the technology to do it in the States, it's only a software technology, isn't it? And it would be nice to think that whatever they do in Paris could be unique to Paris rather than just regurgitating ones that we've already seen.
Because as far as I'm aware, the magic shots that are offered in Walt Disney World and Disneyland are not based on the Haunted Mansion.
No, they're not attraction-based as such, are they?
No.
Character-based.
Yeah, like you can have pictures outside the Main Street station as you've gone through the turnstiles, and that's where they tend to get you with the balloon one and that sort of thing. But they don't really have them on the attraction, so I think that's kind of nice.
Yeah. It'd be nice to think there's something unique to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah. amongst all the other amazing things that are unique to Paris. So yeah, cool. Okay, while we're talking about a Disneyland, we're going to be talking about Disneyland Resort. And I've got a list of attractions here.
Right.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, Fantasmic, Haunted Mansion, Indiana Jones, It's a Small World, Matterhorn, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Star Tours. Out of that list, they all offer a fast pass option.
Right.
With your knowledge of Disneyland, what attraction would you stick a fast pass on?
What, one that hasn't got a fast pass, you mean, already?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey. That's really testing me, Michelle. Because you know what my knowledge of Disneyland is like. Are we just talking Disneyland, not DCA?
Yeah, just Disneyland, because I think it expands it a little bit too much to go over to there as well.
Peter Pan?
Do you know, that's exactly what I thought straight away, because unless you go to the park at opening and go straight into the line, it can be quite an awful wait for Peter Pan. Now, admittedly, there isn't the space for this attraction to have a fast pass queue.
And I suppose that is always been the problem and will be the problem with Disneyland, with the park suffering in some respects from being the original park. And it's one thing that I did notice when we visited, the fact that the queue areas often come into the walkways, whereas obviously you don't get that over in Florida or even in Paris. So that's always going to be a problem of some description, isn't it? Where to physically put queues, because there isn't the physical space to put them. But I mean, something like Peter Pan, that's notoriously a slow loader and popular, and does have fast pass elsewhere, does it not?
It does in Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris.
Would scream out to me. Yeah. Is there any others that came to mind for you, Michelle? Or?
Not particularly, but they've decided that when Pirates of the Caribbean reopen, that's going to be added to fast pass.
I mean, when we were there, if my memory serves me right, we got on it relatively straightforward. I don't think I remember there being particular waiting issues with it, but...
This is the point I'm going to make here. Journey into Imagination with Figment.
Yeah.
Walk on. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. In my years of going to Walt Disney World, I've never waited longer than 5 minutes.
No.
Spaceship Earth. What's your top wait normally?
20 odd minutes, something like that.
Worst case scenario, normally I'd say no more than 10. However, since they've introduced FastPass Plus and the tiering system, Journey into Imagination with Figment last year had a 40-minute wait.
Bizarre, isn't it?
Because a FastPass, people were just going straight on with the FastPass, so the FastPass has made the queuing system more inefficient.
Yeah.
And my worry is, with putting this into Pirates of the Caribbean, the queue system is going to be really inefficient, not user-friendly, and it's going to cause all sorts of bottlenecks.
You're going to create the same thing, yeah.
I can see why Disney are wanting to do it, because whenever you go into New Orleans Square, you can't move anywhere because of the line for pirates. So I can understand them having a go at thinking about something, but yeah, it's going to be interesting, is this one, to see how it plays out. Yeah.
So it's a canny thing to have to manage, isn't it? Because you don't want people disgruntled at long standby lines, but at the same time, you've got to manage it carefully so that you don't have an adverse effect by trying to do something good.
Yeah. Like another example, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. The line is always 45 minutes, but if you use a fast pass, it's pretty much a walk-on.
Yeah. And that's what you want with a fast pass. That's the whole point of having a fast pass, isn't it? As is, it's in the word, fast pass. You want to get on it fast.
You know my views on fast passes. To be honest, I think the theme park could be a lot better place without having fast passes, because that way everybody's waiting rather than the fast pass line and all the issues connected with that. But that's a topic for another show. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Last but not least question for you. Okay. And I am a little bit loaded with this question because I have got the terms and conditions of both Disneyland and Walt Disney World in front of me.
Oh, God.
And you haven't. But basically, imagine a guest going to the theme park. They go to bag check. What type of things would you imagine them saying, I'm sorry, you cannot come into the park? why would they say that?
So what would they find in your bag that they would be grounds for refusal?
Or anything about you.
Or about you. So, I mean, we've got the obvious weapons of some description, I would think, obviously. Guns, knives, that type of thing. Are we talking liquids?
You could say that certain liquids are not allowed into the park. Anything in a glass bottle, yeah.
Okay.
Alcohol,
right. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to include things like, I don't know, if you've got like bottle openers on keychains and things like that, these Swiss Army knife type things.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, I'm just kind of thinking things that would cause harm or could be used to cause harm.
Okay. Here are some of the prohibited items, and I'm reading from Disneyland's list here.
Right.
So, recreational devices such as drones, remote control toys, skateboard scooters, inline skates, wheelie shoes.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Alcohol, marijuana, or any illegal substance.
Yeah.
Strollers that are larger than 36 inches by 52 inches.
Okay.
And I did double check that really big, huge Cinderella thing is just within that because there isn't a height limit. It's the width and length.
Length, right, okay.
Suitcases, coolers or backpacks with or without wheels, larger than 24 inches by 15 inches by 18 inches high.
Okay.
Any trailer-like object that is pushed or pulled or towed by an electric conveyance vehicle, wheelchair, stroller, or pulled by a person, including wagons.
Hey, right, yeah.
Now, I've seen them in the park, so I think people have been let through with those.
I'm going to say, we've had a conversation about these before, haven't we?
Yeah. Next one is wheeled mobility devices with less than 3 wheels.
Okay.
That's your segways, love, isn't it, really?
Is that a mobility device? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, go on then, yeah.
Weapons of any type that are objects that appear to be weapons.
Yeah.
Folding chairs.
Okay.
Selfie sticks.
Yes.
Large tripods.
Yeah. Could do the definition of large, though, to be fair.
Well, true.
That would be up for debate, yeah.
Glass containers, excluding small containers such as baby food jars.
Right. Why anybody want to take glass containers with them anyway? But
true.
yeah.
Well, I suppose if you're picnicking, you might have a little pot of jam.
Oh, but I'd want it in Tupperware, love.
Well,
glass
I know.
is going to get broke, isn't it? And it's going to have jam all over the inside of your bag. No.
Nothing worse than a jammy bag.
No.
Pets or other animals except approved service animals, e.g. dogs or miniature horses.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it actually says here, approved service animals as a miniature horse. I do not know anybody who has a miniature horse, but obviously I move in the wrong circles.
Well, me and you both, love.
It's something I've never looked into. I don't want to seem like I'm being, a little bit off about it, but it's just something we just don't have in the UK.
No.
And then other items that they're determined to be harmful or disruptive.
Yeah, there's going to have to be a bit of leeway there, isn't there, to that get out of jail free clause there to make sure that anything they think somebody's going to be using in a not nice way.
Yeah.
Because I suppose it's for the comfort of the rest of us who are abiding by rules and don't want bags knocked in our faces and overly large umbrellas or whatever it may well be, spoiling views or that type of stuff, isn't it?
Bearing all of that in mind,
right,
I got sent a lovely little copy of a tweet by the lovely Tammy Allison at the weekend with a guest that was trying to enter the Disneyland Resort with an inappropriate handbag.
How? I don't know how to phrase it. How inappropriate?
It had a rude word on it.
Okay. How rude a word?
A very rude word.
As in one that you would not be willing to share on the airways at the moment?
Absolutely no way. No way would I share this 4-letter word or say this 4-letter word.
All right, okay. I've got a pretty good idea what it might be then.
Yeah, not and the guest was told by staff at Disneyland, I'm sorry, you're not able to come in with the bag. They offered to put the bag inside another bag and they said, no, this is not acceptable for inside our theme parks. And then they actually tweeted Disneyland Resort to complain about that. A small world after all.
Yeah. I don't really have a problem with bad language. I like my graphic T-shirts, not graphic as in obscene graphic, but I like my tattoos and I like a bit of edgy stuff and what have you. But at the same time, going into a theme park, whether it's a Disney theme park or any theme park where it's predominantly aimed at families, then I have an innate amount built in me that I am respectful of that scenario. And, for example, what I choose to wear going to a burlesque evening out, I'm not necessarily going to go and wear going around a theme park, because it's the two different events and you tailor yourself to the environment that you're going to, in my own personal opinion. So if I did have, which I haven't, got a handbag with obscenities on it, I personally wouldn't be taking it to a family-based theme park anyway.
Yeah. Well, let me take you back, Jayne, to a very, very young Michelle at the age of 15 wanting to go to her first Madonna concert.
Yeah.
Okay, and I spent the whole day before shopping round the shop to buy a black bra and a T-shirt that sort of nonchalantly sort of snuck off my shoulder to expose a little bit of shoulder bone.
Whoa.
And that to me was the epitome of cool for going to see a Madonna concert. Now, would I have gone to Sunday service at a church wearing that? No. But it was appropriate for the occasion. And as you say, when I go out to burlesque, I like to get dressed up. I wear my heels. I wear a nice fitted dress. Would I wear it for work? Not really.
No.
Not without sort of wearing maybe a T-shirt underneath, making sure that I'm appropriately covered. But yeah, I would never, ever go to a place like that. It's courting publicity, in my mind, as well.
I mean, I think it's asking for attention. It's asking for a big fuss to be made, isn't it? The cynic in me says, do people do this sort of thing so then they can go onto social media and call out Disney or whomever it may happen to be to get that bit of notoriety or whatever? And it's like, oh, come on, you're going into a park where there's going to be children. The last thing you want to hear is a young child going, what does that mean, mummy? As I said before, I will use the appropriate swear words when it is appropriate. Walking around Disney World or Disneyland is not the place to do it. So even though I may have that in my vocab, I choose when and how to use it. And I think it's awful when you go around somewhere like a Disney World, a family-based theme park, and you become aware of people within the earshot of very young children using bad language or whatever it may well be. And it's like, well, come on, guys, just take 5 minutes and think about what you're doing and where you are and act accordingly. Act like grown-ups, not like teenagers have just learnt a new word.
No, I'm in agreement with you, absolutely. Okay, let's move on.
Right then, Michelle, I've got a question for you. So it's your birthday.
And I'll cry if I want to.
Well, if you want to. It's not that bad, love.
Cry if I want to. Don't you know the song?
I do know the song. I'm just trying to stop you from bursting into song, that was all.
Oh, go on, it's my birthday and I'll sing if I want to.
But it is your birthday, and what do we get on birthdays?
Well, I don't know. Normally depressed and melancholy about getting a year older.
Well, hopefully we get cards that might come through the post, and hopefully if you've been good, you might get some gifts, may you not?
True.
So, money's no option. What do you want?
Oh, money's no option. Could I have a Snow White wall to go and have selfies taken against it?
Well, I've just said money is no option, Michelle. What do you want?
I would like a wall. They've done the purple wall over there in the Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland and made it all Epcot-esque, which I think it does look Epcot-esque.
It does.
They've got the mossy wall over in Animal Kingdom, and there's walls all over, bubblegum walls, this wall, that wall. I know our lovely Becky Mannion's over there at the moment, and she's been playing Hunt the Wall. So yeah, I'd like a Snow White wall, please.
Okay. Where would you like the Snow White wall?
On the entrance to the Dream Suite, so that obviously I've got to have entrance to the Dream Suite as part of being going able to visit my wall.
And is this going to be for your own personal private use, Michelle, or are you going to let others use it?
I'll let others use it. They can share my hashtag.
Share the hashtag.
Yeah, Snow White Wall.
You could charge.
But remember, I've just read Disney's terms and conditions. I'm not allowed to make a profit inside the theme parks. I'm not allowed to sell things.
True.
I'm not even allowed to give away things, so I won't be mentioning I'm going to be getting some badges and giving them out to people in August, because it's not allowed.
You could insist on being in everybody's photo.
True.
Because it's your wall.
That would mean I'd have to live there.
Oh, now that's a shame, eh?
I know. And where would I live to be handy for my wall? The Dream
Suite. that has turned into a proper money no option, hasn't it?
I know. Being a bit more realistic, what would I have if I could have it for my birthday? Yes. I would love a cake from Amorette's, and it's got to be my little favourite petite one with the red velvet and the cherry mousse and everything. You know, $15. So when I go in August, I will be having a delayed birthday cake special at some point because I adore that cake. It is just divine. We
need to make sure you've got a candle to put in it then, love.
Sweetheart, if I have to put the number of candles on the cake, it would be a fire hazard, and they'd be coming out with a fire extinguisher to extinguish the burnout from it.
You're only 21, Michelle. Don't worry about it.
Even 21 candles wouldn't fit on that cake, Jayne. It's not a very big cake. I don't know. What else would I really like? At the moment, I am going nuts for Stella Lou and Shelley May merch. I found someone who does Hong Kong Disneyland shopping.
That's fatal.
It is so dangerous. So dangerous because I've got a few things coming over. I've got the Minnie Mouse Apple Watch strap, which is so cool. I've got some Stella Lou and Shelley May bits coming over for me to sort of tag on to like bag tags and stuff. Oh, it's amazing. I've got to stop looking.
I know one thing you could do if money was no option, Michelle.
Oh, go on.
You could get all your Starbucks mugs.
Well, do you know, I've got an update on that.
Oh, here we go.
Tommy Allison has procured me the new Disneyland one, which is themed around Adventureland.
Yeah.
And only, Wednesday of this last week, the amazing Becky Mannion, who I adore, managed to go to the Magic Kingdom and pick me up the Tomorrowland one.
Oh, wow.
And guess what's on the Tomorrowland Cup?
What, not the Tomorrowland Wall, surely?
No, the TTA.
Lovely.
Yeah, I've got cup envy now. And while we're mentioning my lovely Starbucks collection, I cannot but thank Kat and Lewis from Diz Down Under enough, because Anthony Markham got me onto collecting the little barista bears, and they're these little cute Starbucks bears, and he sent me a few over from the States. Well, Kat and Lewis sent me the Australia barista bear, and it's a kangaroo, and it's got ears, and it's got a little baby in its little pouch, and it's barista. And they coupled it up with Lamington flavour M&Ms. And those people who know me know I'm obsessed by different flavoured M&Ms. And there's a coconut, chocolate, and a jam flavoured Lamington M&M. And if you put one of all three in your mouth at once, it is amazing. And they sent me some Anzac biscuits, which are adorable. So I'm just blessed. So I don't feel I need to have a money no option gift when I've got amazing people who spoil me anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, I could get a Starbucks mug for every place that's available. And I think there's about 300.
Maybe you could have a subscription to them so that every time they release a new version of ones that you've already got, you get one sent automatically.
I'm just envisaging now I need a new room for my Starbucks mugs.
You will have no house, Michelle.
I need a Starbucks room.
Because it will be just taken up with Starbucks mugs, won't it? Yeah. You'll have no space whatsoever.
I know, but it'd be worth it. So I think that is going to wrap up this show. Bit of a quickie for this week. Unfortunately, with it being my birthday, being a bit of a busy old bod, we will be back next week. And I think next week we're going to be doing a big special on Epcot, talking about all of the wonderful offerings that are available.
Ooh, okay.
So, until our next time, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.